watching Monarchy, the Royal Family at Work on CBC.
Buckingham Palace is one of the world's great landmarks, a magnet for thousands of tourists who gather at its gates to get a glimpse of the house where the Queen lives. But it's not just a home or even a museum. It's a fully working palace where 350 staff call the Queen their boss. Since the reign of Victoria, Buckingham Palace has been the nerve centre of the British monarchy. The Queen spends more time here than anywhere. It's from here that she directs the business of the royal family. We will see royalty at work and also follow the team who keeps it all going. For the monarchy, this is headquarters. The public side of royalty is ceremonies and walkabouts, but the real business of monarchy happens here at the palace. The 9 a.m. bagpipes, a tradition stretching back to Victoria, and a signal for the Queen that her working day has begun. Two hours later, the Queen's private secretary arrives to tackle the royal in-tray.
What's that beardy? Yes, it's a ridiculous chair, this for this.
At this meeting, parliamentary papers are signed, appointments confirmed, and schedules and speeches approved.
If you wanted to go through.
She may be primarily a figurehead.
That was last night's report from Parliament.
But the Queen remains a well-informed one.
I was rather intrigued by this.
Oh yes, the estuary.
Southern Estuary Barrage Scheme. Do you know anything about it? I mean, have you got any?
I can get some.
It says it could generate 5% of our electricity supply, which sounds quite useful.
Well, yes, but I'll get some briefing then.
This is the new bill.
Oh yes, yeah. I saw that going out.
Transport.
Yeah. And they just want your consent to...
They seem to have taken rather a long time here, don't they?
Yes, ma'am. Did you hear on the news, ma'am, Virgin Trains have
yes.
got the biodiesel? That's just a note on where we are with the Royal Train going to biodiesel. And you'll see they're starting a trial. Quite expensive.
Very.
And
they might get us to the West Country.
Well, if it works, that'll be the first time they use it.
With one helicopter at the disposal of the royal family, it's up to the Queen to decide who gets it and when. She likes to monitor everything.
A helicopter.
That's the Duke of Gloucester going to Shropshire, which is... I mean, I can see why he needs a helicopter.
Gosh, school?
Yeah, he's got a busy programme.
Oh, thinking district hospital. Yes, of course, he can have a helicopter.
Is that all right, ma'am? Can I give your approval?
It's not a day we're using it. When's using it?
Ma'am, there's one signing. It's the
Prime Minister of the Cook Islands.
Cook Islands representative. We'll get the originals through, but we'll fax these back.
What could one do without a fax?
The Queen remains head of state in 16 countries, most of them former colonies. And Buckingham Palace is the HQ not only of the British Crown, but of a monarchy that spans the globe. Meeting today in the palace's centre room are the Governors-General of the Commonwealth countries that still call Elizabeth Windsor their queen.
And can I just have Antigua and Barbuda here, please, first, and then Barbados, please.
Normally on a state dinner, we only do like 4 courses.
As
Since this one is
representatives
one
of
of
the
the
Queen,
white tie
these men
dinner,
and women
we're going to do
perform
an
the
added
duties of a
course, which is the
constitutional
fish
monarch
course. So
on
this is
her
really
behalf.
actually the highlight for the evening. It's exciting
With
because
territory
this is
stretching
like,
from Canada to the
how
Cook
often
Islands,
do you get
it's
to,
not often that the Queen can meet
serve
her
the
Governors
Queen.
General.
So for us, this is such
There
a
are many
big moment.
demands on her time.
I can't go everywhere, and I can't do everything. It's slower and over.
Yesterday, the Queen and the Lord Mayor of London attended a lunch at the Guildhall.
I've never seen anybody change quicker out of his velvet suit. Because it must have been very hot yesterday to wear velvet, I thought.
Cooked by celebrity chefs, the meal included a fish course of turbot with cockles and oxtail.
And then we had this ridiculous man called Funny Food. You see, I don't like mixing things. So there was a little bit on each plate, mustard and fish. And then the Lord Mayor ruined everything because I particularly took the sauce without the cockles. And he said to me, but you haven't taken the cockles yet. Maybe I got enough sauce, thank you. I didn't like cockles.
And was it a successful lunch?
Well, it went very well.
The Queen never voices whatever political opinions she may have, but her commitment to the Commonwealth is well known. She's dedicated her life to the service of this loose association of former British colonies. Today, representatives of one of those, Ghana, are coming to discuss the state visit of President Kufuor. He and his wife will be staying with the Queen at Buckingham Palace.
The Queen then leads the President up the staircase and around to the right in the direction of the suite, which will be theirs to occupy throughout the visit. If you'd like to follow Edward.
With 1 month to go, the President's team are going through the final details with the palace staff.
When you meet her, first of all, it's Your Majesty, and then ma'am.
Ma'am, yeah. Yeah, Your Majesty. Ma'am, right.
Right, come on through.
Buckingham Palace functions very well as a venue for a state visit because the layout of it and the room designs and the room sizes lend themselves very well to the different things that we put on whilst they're staying here. I think they always feel slightly shell-shocked when they arrive.
There will be many of us there to ensure that everybody is always escorted, so nobody will have an opportunity to get lost.
There is a lot of excitement in Ghana about it, and I'm sure that at the end of the visit, there'll be many questions asked of the President and also of the entourage about how it feels like to stay in Buckingham Palace. Yes.
We don't want our visitors to be surprised by anything that they're going to see on the day, and that they can go back to Ghana and brief their president on exactly what's going to happen. They can describe it on paper, that's one thing, but actually having seen it is quite another and makes it much easier.
Different set of stairs.
One thing that's certainly occurred on every piece of the recce for this visit has been, if we are going to different floor levels in any building, including this one, is it possible for Mrs. Kufuor to use a lift? She's fairly all right on her feet, but she's not good with stairs. So we've had to actually go and find a lift at each point, which we've managed to do so far anyway.
After the lunch, then, the Queen will lead the President through into this room.
Royal etiquette can be rather unnerving, but the Queen's comptroller, Colonel Ford, is at hand to offer helpful pointers to the Ghanaian team.
He normally hands over the gifts or the present to the President to present.
There is no handing over of gifts, it's simply a viewing.
They're ready just on display.
These arrive in advance of the visit, I would suggest,
yes.
And they're all laid out on a table, and it's simply a walk past. There's no actual giving.
Oh, I see.
It's a viewing. It's already
So
done.
at what point will we hand over the gifts?
Will you come in advance?
To us, what would help us is if you're...
The visit marks the 50th anniversary of Ghana's independence from Britain. Behind all the ceremony, though, there's a serious diplomatic message.
The Queen is saying to us, to the President of Ghana and to Ghanaians, keep it up. You're making it, and we're proud of you. That's how we see it. That's what it is. That's the significance of the visit.
in the blue?
Not necessarily.
Not. I think from here we'd like to show you a sample of some of the bedrooms and the communications room on the principal floor.
Can I just add one thing? Can we avoid mobile telephones, avoid bringing in computers or laptops or anything like that here? So phones definitely switched off in here, or certainly on silent mode, and certainly no answering of phones during the course of the banquet. It is a formal occasion. The Queen is the host, and there's a certain dignity to this that we would wish to preserve.
During banquets, guests have been known to have conversations on their mobile phones.